Choi, Kyungye. Hi everyone, welcome back to Taekwondo Thursday. So we're going to be doing parts 4, 5 and 6 of the Training Secret of Taekwondo this week. Let's get straight into number 4. Choi, Kyungye.
Come on.
Training secret number 4 is to use the appropriate attacking tool for each vital spot. So just like we'd use a hammer to hammer in nails, and we'd use a screwdriver to put in screws, if you try to actually put in nails with a screwdriver, it's not going to work very well. So you have to use the right tool for the right job. Let's look at the eye sockets, for example. Let's get a little closer to the camera. If we were to work with the eye sockets, punching isn't going to be very effective in the eye sockets. Could you take a sitting stance, please, sir?
Sir.
Because the eye itself is protected by this socket, you're not going to penetrate the eyeball. Whereas we can use fingertips. So fingertip or single finger, and we can gouge thumbs. Very, very effective for attacking the eyes. We can also use the fingertips for attacking other softer areas of the body. We can go to the solar plexus, we can go to the throat, we can attack the pubic area. But what the fingertip isn't quite so effective on is very, very hard surfaces, like the skull, for example, or the philtrum. You could be using the philtrum, but it's not ideal. Let's look at the fist again, the forefist. We said it's not great for the socket, but it is fantastic for the solar plexus as well. We can work the philtrum, the cheekbones. These are all great areas. The rib cage. Striking tools. Striking, knife hand. Think flatter surfaces like knife hand, back fist, front elbow. These aren't for gouging. These are for damaging surface area. So we can do back fist strike on the nose, the temple. We can hit the mandible, but the knife hand is even better there. Knife hand is great on the neck, ribs. Back fist can be used effectively in the solar plexus, like I think back fist horizontal strike, very effective. So that's training secret number 4. Choi, Kyungye.
Come on.
Choi, Kyungye.
Come on.
Training secret number 5. To use the correct angle and distance for defense and attack. Now this can cover many different areas. Let's keep it really simple. It basically means whatever technique you want to use, you need to have the correct distance from your opponent for it to be effective. If you're too close or too far, it just won't work. The angle is the same. If you're maybe too full on to your opponent or too much off to the side, a certain technique may not work. Let's look at some examples. Let's take punching. If we're sparring or in a self-defense situation, if you're close enough to use your hands for punching, or maybe some knife hands, you're probably too close to do kicks, possibly a sweeping kick, but apart from that, if you're thinking about front kicks, side kicks, turning kicks, you're going to be much too close. Similar, if you're at kicking distance, you're going to be too far away for hand distance. So you have to choose the technique that you want to use based on the distance you're at. You choose what you want to use based on where the bad person is standing. You can change your distance if you want, of course. You can move in after doing a kick. You can move in, close the distance for a hang technique. Likewise, if you're doing a flurry of hang techniques, you can move back if you want to use a kick. So you need to be adaptable to the scenario. Let's talk about angle. Okay, so facing an opponent. If we look at a Dalio Chogi, we're going to turn completely around here. So from here, to use a turning kick effectively, because I'm blocked off by the camera, it means I'm directly in front of Mr. Connacht. But for me to use a Dalio more effectively, I want to be here at that 45-degree angle. So I come out to the side here, and now that Dalio Chogi will work really nicely, but from the correct angle. So I can move out. If I'm facing in front of him, I can step out to the side and then I can kick him. There is a variation of it called a side turning kick where somebody can be right in front of you, and we would use the instep in that scenario rather than the ball of the foot. So that's training secret number 5. Choi, Kyungye.
Come on.
Thank you. And lastly, training secret number 6. Keep the arms and legs bent slightly while in motion. This is to do with relaxation. When we move, we need to be relaxed if we're going to be explosive. Whereas if you have muscle tension, which you'll often have when you have straight elbows, straight knees, then you're not going to be very relaxed, you're not going to be very explosive. So when you're stepping, when you're moving, you just keep soft elbows, soft knees for everything, chambering. And then at the very end of the movements, at the termination, that's when you bring in tension, that's when you can straighten the leg or the elbow if it's appropriate. While you're moving, you keep everything soft and relaxed, hence elbows and knees bent while in motion. And that's training secret number 6. We will do the final training secrets next week. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. Cheerio. Kyungye.